mysterious fellow. He's tougher than Rambo, smoother than Bond, and has more tricks up his sleeve than Houdini. He's also the star of one of the most successful PlayStation games of all time. Yes, if you haven't already guessed, our mystery man is none other than Solid Snake. And this is one of the most eagerly awaited titles in video game history, Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty. Whilst fans have had to wait and watch only trailers before, this is actual gameplay that dispenses with flashy camera angles and gives a greater sense of what the game will be like to play. The game's style is almost identical to that on the PlayStation, but with the kind of detail that could only be possible on PS2. Small effects like the rain obscuring your view in first-person mode and the authentic animations really contribute to the gripping atmosphere. We asked the game's creator what additional elements we can look forward to.
The Tranquilizer is one of Snake's new weapons. One interesting aspect is that the time it takes for your opponent to fall is related to where he's hit. If he's hit in the upper body, he'll fall immediately. But if he's hit in the leg, it will take 10 or 15 seconds before he falls asleep. This can be used to control where your enemy collapses, adding to the strategic play.
It's not just his arsenal that's increased, our hero now has even more athletic prowess.
Snake has many new abilities, such as being able to hang from bars. This provides another method of hiding from enemies and adds to a heightened sense of stealth.
The release date for Metal Gear Solid 2 has slipped, but you really can't rush perfection now, can you? Just keep watching CyberNet and we'll bring all the latest Solid developments to your attention. Where would we be without the printer? We'd be lost without it. However, every great invention has an even more impressive successor. So make way for the printers of the future. These are solid object printers. Instead of printing out pictures on paper, these incredible machines can produce real three-dimensional objects at the touch of a button. This is the Thermojet model, and with it you can print out complex solid objects like these. But how does it work? Well, 3D data is sent to the printer in the same way a normal PC would. Then, instead of printing with ink, the machine uses wax.
It prints very much like an inkjet printer would, but instead of just printing back and forth, there's also a third axis, which is the Z-axis, which allows it to lay down the wax material in layers and build up the solid model.
Impressed? Just wait till you see the SLA printer in action. These amazing contraptions work using a process called stereolithography. Here's an explanation.
Stereolithography is the ability to cure epoxy photosensitive resin using a UV laser.
Small mirrors direct a laser into a vat of light-sensitive plastic. Where the laser hits, the liquid plastic solidifies. A solid object is built up layer by layer and eventually rises out of the liquid in true science fiction style. Amazingly, the technology is 14 years old, but only now is it being used in so many diverse ways. Because you can scan in any object, there's almost no limit to what can be printed. From building full-scale spare parts for Formula 1 cars, to helping doctors understand our bones. Even animators are in on the act.
And this is very important for the film industry, to be able to hold and touch a part and understand exactly how that 3D part will animate on the screen.
So what of the future, and how will ordinary people be using such high-tech kit?
The way I see it in the future is, people are going to actually be able to print not just simple plastic toys, but products as small as your thumbnail to as big as a car. People are already grasping the concept of being able to physically manufacture or print something in their own home with a solid object printer.
There'll also be dedicated internet sites containing solid object printing information so that you can purchase designs over the net. Rather than having the product delivered, you physically produce it at home. It may be a few years down the line, but it looks like one day a scaled-down version of this monster printer could be as common as a humble photocopier. Who knows, we may never need go out shopping again. We can't wait. If you're finding wacky races on the Dreamcast just a little too crazy, maybe it's time to be dastardly with the help of this handy cheat. Drive into the signpost in the central area and select the cheats option. Then at the cheat entry screen, enter WACKYSPOILER and S. Then exit the cheat entry screen. You'll now find that the remaining wacky races are available for selection, including Pat Pending and his incredible converter car. But while modern technology can turn your vehicle into a bowling ball, it won't necessarily turn you into a winner. Sorry, Pat. Join us now for a trip back to the magical world of 16th century Japan in Onimusha Warlords. As in all the best video games since the dawn of consoles, a beautiful princess has been kidnapped by an evil gang of monsters, and it's up to you, the fearless hero, to rescue her and save the day. Well, get going then.
I will save Princess Yuki.
Onimusha is from the same people who brought you the Resident Evil series of nightmare adventures, only this time players must exchange their trusty pistol for a sleek samurai sword. Aside from this major difference, the gameplay is much the same as in other survival horror classics, with brutal monsters to fight, innocent people to save, and mind-numbing puzzles to solve. The world of Onimusha is crawling with monsters, and they'll attack you mercilessly or oppressors. Yes, it can only mean one thing. The well-respected and hugely successful Quake series is now available on the PlayStation 2, and it's called Quake 3 Revolution. Okay, it's hardly revolutionary, but this PS2 version looks good and plays extremely fast. And even though this type of first-person shooter has always best suited a mouse rather than a joypad, the turn-response controls are finely tuned, so there's still plenty of frantic fragging action to be had. The single-player campaign presents you with 5 tiers of competition, each containing 5 different arenas. Only when you've reigned supreme in every battleground on every tier do you earn the right to challenge your captors, the Vadrigar. The 2- and 4-player modes both run at an accelerated pace, but don't offer much in the way of game modes, with just death matches and capture the flag games to choose from. And unfortunately, loading times are woefully long. However, these were our only complaints of a truly excellent conversion. Or email. Until next time, here's another chance to see some more great pictures of one of our favourite games, Skies of Arcadia. Keep watching CyberNet.